So I'm going to start doing sound check, and then I'm telling I'll be right back. Sounds check. So I need you to turn it up. So. Mic check, mic check. Getting the show right for you guys. Mic check, mic check. Let me make sure it sounds right. Mic check, mic check. Get the sound right for you guys before we go ahead and start. I'm trying to listen for it now. Let me go ahead and see. Trying to listen for it now. Go ahead and see if I got to adjust the StreamYard right now. If I got to adjust the StreamYard right now. See if I got to switch browsers up and all that other great stuff. If I got to switch browsers up and all that other great stuff. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Let me go ahead and do this real quick. Be right back, people. Hang tight. Give me a few minutes, folks. Give me a few minutes, folks. Showtime in just a little bit. Showtime in just a little bit. Showtime in just All right, people. Show's getting ready to start in about 2 minutes. Show's getting ready to start in about 2 minutes. Show's getting ready to start in about 2 minutes. Yeah, 17 people already waiting. Let's go ahead and knock this out for these people. Let them know. I don't want to make them wait no more. Let's go ahead and get this for you guys. I'm whispering, here I come, people. Here I come. Here I come, people. Here I come, people. Here I come, people. Here I come, people. Here I am. Here I am, people. Hot Facts with Robert Reese, people. That is who I am. The man with the facts. You see that Eli is up here. He will be up here in about 5 to 7 minutes. Welcome you guys to the greatest podcast ever created of all time. We are 2 thumbs up. Hot Facts and Coach Eli. Podcast is doing great. Stay tuned. We got a great show list here. But before we start, I have an announcement. The Boardroom Season 2 episode, I'm almost finished with it today. It should be up tomorrow or maybe later on tonight. It will be featuring Coach J. Rom and Coach Eli on the Boardroom. What gave me this idea, J. Rom lies a lot, and I have him doing a Social Blade breakdown on Eli, and he skipped over his channel's grade and everything else that I witnessed there. I went through myself, took a look at his channel. So on this episode of the Boardroom, Season 2, Coach J. Ram and Coach Eli, the title is Who's a Fraud? I did my research on Coach J. Ram. I'm going to just let you guys know he bought over 400,000 views just this past month. He bought 400,000 views just this past month. And there's no subscribers to add up to any of the views. He's losing every single day. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight this and show you guys how on the Boardroom is the analytical breakdown of channels. And you're going to see Eli's channel is actually better than his channel. Eli is rated a C+. He's rated a D-. And we're going to break this down. If you guys don't know what the Boardroom is, check out my playlist, click on the Boardroom, and see exactly what I do. Eli already has an episode. Okay, the Boardroom is Coach Eli and Real Talk with Roy. Eli already has a Boardroom episode. It's going to be showing up on Nightbot. You will be able to see it there. Thank you for botting me these people inside here right now. Thank you for that. Let's just make sure it keeps rising. So So you can actually check out Eli's episode on the boardroom. It is there. You guys can see an idea of what the boardroom is all about. It features in season 1 the gig community, and you guys can see what the boardroom is. Coach J Ram will be featured on the next episode on the boardroom with Coach Eli, Battle of the Coaches. We're going to see which coaching style is better by way of what the people are showing, what the viewers, subscriptions, and total numbers. This is how we go ahead and break that down. Since he used Social Blade and he did such a terrible job at it, I'm going to show him how to do it. So Coach J Ram, go click on my playlist. All of you people that are over there, click on it and see what the boardroom is all about, because Coach J Ram is about to be on it. We have a great show today. I will be giving out another nutrition plan. Bigfoot Dasher won his yesterday. It was sent on a PDF. Tracy J won hers the day before. It was sent on a PDF. If you guys did not receive those, let me know. I will resend that. Today will be another giveaway of the nutrition plan also. So make sure you guys are paying attention, simply because it's worth it. So Bigfoot Dasher won yesterday. I'm giving away another one today. It's valued at over $300. It is fully detailed measurement side where you can check your measurements, your weight. Everything is broken down from portions, from the your weight to your size. Every single food category is broken down to what items are allowable, which ones are not. We break down to an 80-20 rule and all this other stuff. Everything is there. We show you how to do it. Hot Facts with Robert Reese. I got that for you guys. These plans are going out. The new year is here, okay? So get your New Year's resolution in, okay? So my food plan also, when my wife and I were having my son Trey, when my wife and I were having my son Trey, she actually did it also, and you can check her progress out over on the other channel. Go ahead and check it on out. You guys already know what it is. It's already there. Just type up PTMATBF, or yeah, just type up those words, those letters there. PTMATBF. Okay, type that up there, and it is there. You can see my wife's transformation on top of what a whole lot of other people that were extremely obese and overweight and everything else. So J Ram agreed to go on the boardroom, or you are doing personal comparisons or two of their channels. No, Twiggy, that question, you have to go to the boardroom and click on the episodes so you can see what the boardroom is all about. Then you're going to see exactly how he's going to be showcased on the boardroom. Go to the boardroom. Jeffrey will be throwing them up here on Nightbot. Go to the boardroom. Just check out the latest episode. Check out the latest episode, and then you will see, or you can even go to, do it like this, Ben. Go like this. Go. I'm gonna have my wife post the link to no, he did not agree to go on. You guys, not your business. That's Tammy there. You guys don't even know what the boardroom is. So like he said, no, he did not agree to go on. Agree to go on what? Answer that first. You guys are weirdos. Go to my playlist. Just go back and just click on my yeah. Go to the playlist and go to the boardroom. No, no. Just we're gonna go to Eli specifically. So click on that, and his face should be there with Real Talk with Roy. Keep going. You should see Eli's face there with Real Talk right there, right here. Eli and Roy. Click on that one. Share that one there. Copy that link. Post that link. My wife is getting ready to post Eli's episode with Real Talk with Roy from the boardroom. She said he did. Tammy said, people, I'm going to call you by who you are. Tammy said he did not. Let me talk like her. He did not agree to go on. You don't have to agree to go on. So my wife is just sharing. There it is. So if the people over there on Cammy's side or J Rom side, take a look at Eli's episode. Okay, now Planet Mondo. I have a whole other channel. Look, type up these letters right here. Type up these letters right here. The letter, look, T T M A T B F. Type those up. Now, Mondo, you were over on J Rom's live when he was lying about me, but J Rom said your training sucks, your lift sucks. So he was letting you know, Mondo, that I actually do that stuff. So when he puts stuff up like that, that should be your verification. I don't think your brain works like that. That should be your verification that it's true. And it's true like Kurt Angle. It's damn true. I got something for you also, Mondo, since you're here. Remember when you were on last and I said that you did your thing the first time? I did to you back what you did the first time, and the next time you come on, it's all even playing field. That is true. So you will not get kicked off and things like that. But I just want you to realize that when I asked you the question and you went over gender roles, when that was not my question at all, the question you were answering was, should men and women share responsibilities and duties in the household with money and chores and things? That's not even the question that I even asked you. So therefore, you never even answered the question. I will repeat the question that I asked, and you will see that your answer didn't even go with that. So let's see you. Let's see you understand this, that you answered a question that was never even asked, which means you have a hard time listening. J Ram told you guys, well, his lift sucks and all this other stuff, which means I do that. Type up the New You Personal Training on Facebook. Type it up anywhere. Type up TTMATBF. Type that up. You'll see me training people. You'll see me with what I do. You'll see boot camps and everything else. And you can just look. You don't got to take my word for it. Just look for yourself. It's that easy. Now, now Mondo, um, the question I asked you, since they say women manage finances better than their spouse, how much different would it be what the finances and funding and bookkeeping be if the women were in charge? How would it be better now compared to then? And should only women be able to have these jobs? Secondly, it went into stay-at-home mom versus corporate moms. Nothing in this has to do with the husband. There's no husband or no man involved in this at all. And the top part is about the women controlling finances, government bookkeeping, putting the money where it goes. You answered it like this. You answered it like this. I believe a man and a woman can share roles and responsibilities. If she makes more money, then she can go ahead. That was not the question. So you have a hard time paying attention. Thank you. Now, when you want to answer a question correctly, let me know. The link will be up here and you will be all the way good. But you can't get up here and answer a question that you had in your head that was not the question that was here. So just know that, Mondo. Just know that. And tell me I'm wrong. While you're going ahead and searching up all my stuff, there you go. There you go. You answered the same way. Yeah, and you said you answered the same way Eli did, right? You said that, right? You said you answered the same way Eli did, right? Okay. I also said that Eli didn't. He looked at it wrong too. Now you'll kick me off again. No, you have no idea how I work. Now he says, what did he say about Eli? What did he say about Eli? No one's. He said stay-at-home moms is a gender role. You can stay at home and still work from home. It's not about a gender role. See, you still don't get it. You gotta update your thinking. That's why Angel smashes you guys. Now, on today's topics of Hot Facts and Coach Eli, episode number 11. We're just waiting on Eli here. The first topic, what if, now you guys see that there's 292 people here, right? That they say that they botted me. When they hear us going over these questions, anyone that clicks on live and just sees that many people are in here and they hear the topics here, they're going to think that all these people are really here, and then they're going to stay, and then they will go ahead and click on. Now, where we are going to be going over, what if the U.S. president was openly gay with the first gentleman, not a first lady? Coach Eli is here. I'll go ahead and run down these. Now watch them take those bots away. I love it. Coach J Ram is going to be on the boardroom, and he's going to love it because I saw him purchase 400,000 views this past month. He purchased 400,000 views. Did Eli get up there? Where'd he go? Wait. Hold up. Oh, here he is. Hold up, Eli. Let me bring you up. For some reason, I see what it's doing. Hold on. Now, let me see. And he should be popping up any second now. You got him there? Eli is in the building. Let me go ahead and get this straight here. Okay. Eli, can you hear me? Eli, hit your mute button. Are you muted?
Oh, I think you muted me. Okay, yeah. Here, can you hear me now, Robert?
Yeah. I got you now. Coach Eli is in the house. People, give him a round of applause, please. Coach Eli is in the house. Welcome to the show. People, yes.
I have the Eli controls on my end as well, Robert.
Yes, that's the best thing. So, we co-host the show together. So when you feel free, go ahead, add them in. Go ahead and add them in. People, this is the best podcast out right now. Yesterday, I compared our numbers, our last 10 episodes, to Pedro and Hannibal's. We are beating them. I compared us to Mr. Flex's last 10. We're beating him. I compared him to we compared to Glitch Dash. We are completely smashing his last 10. There's other people that have it. We are killing the people. We have a very, very great podcast right now. The views are great. Eli is here. Welcome to the show, people. One more time, Eli. Let's get that round of applause for us being successful.
Well, thank you, Robert. Thank you so much. It's very, very kind of you to say.
Yes. Thank you. Now, today, Eli, we got a great one today. I'm going to go over these topics on what we're going to be speaking about, and it's going to be a great one here. First topic, people. What if the U.S. president was openly gay with the first gentleman, not a first lady? That will be the first one there. Should asylum seekers be forced into military duty? Okay. Should we have parenting classes for pregnant teens, boy and the girl, and trade programs available for them so that when they get out of high school? Should transgender men or women be allowed to play in the opposite sports? Okay. What will happen first, populating Mars or a female head coach in the NFL? Okay. If you could be one race and gender for 48 hours, who would it be and why? These are the topics of today's show. And then we're going to get into a little bit about me and you a little bit later on after that, Eli. So, okay. But we have to, excuse me, I have no intention of staying. I have plenty to say about the top topic. You have no intention, but you have plenty to say. All right. So I have no idea what that means. Maybe Queen Haleen Casey. Whenever you guys want to, and here are the rules, people. Let's go over the rules again, so everyone is not saying, "Well, I did not know the rules." Let's go over the rules again. We're gonna go over these topics here. If you feel like you have something to say about the topic, add your input in. It's only going on the topic at hand. There will be nothing to say, well, I don't like you, Hot Facts. Well, I don't like you, Eli, things like that. You will be kicked off. This is set for mental stimulation so that we can see where you are, and you'll get to see how much alike you are with someone else. Okay, that's how it is. If you do any of that stuff, you will be kicked out. You have to speak on the topics at hand, bring in your views, bring in your points, bring in your stats. Anything else than that, you will be kicked to the back. That's how we make that roll. That's how we make that roll here on Hot Facts and Coach Eli. And if it comes to a point, now we will let the conversation get a little bit heated because it's not anything personal with the tax. I will allow a personal heated conversation about a topic, not a person, if it's putting someone down and things like that. We are not doing that here on Hot Facts. If I feel like you got to go, you got to go. If Eli feels like you got to go, you got to go. If my wife feels like you got to go because she controls the chat and the moderation there, you got to go, or she will go ahead and kick you out. This is a wholesome show with a wholesome state of mind for wholesome conversations and conversions. Does that sound good, Eli?
Sounds fantastic, Robert.
Okay, so let's go. Let's go. First topic here, people. Topic number 1. What if the U.S. president was openly gay with the first gentleman, not a first lady? You want to go first or me?
It's your show, Robert. What do you think? I think I'll yield to you, not because I'm afraid to answer the question. I'll answer it. But first of all, thank you for having me, Robert. But I'm going to yield to you out of respect for it being on your channel.
Okay. All right. Well, here I go, people. Now, just imagine this. We have one of these meetings. You know how the president has these face-to-face meetings with Russia, and he goes and meets these leaders. Now, the first lady has a role of going to children's schools and speaking and help curing obesity in America, things like that. Now, when the president and the first wife get off that plane, they got to go up to the other country's head, right? He has to shake hands with the man, and then you got another man standing there. There's going to be an issue with that because the whole world sees, the LGBTQ community as not a community that should be accepted. Here in America, the rules of being a president, you got to be at least 35 years old, and you have to be married. Okay. Now they don't specify though being married man to man or man to woman. But I do feel that if the president was openly gay, we would get attacked by other countries with physical war and violence. I think we will have more 9/11 attacks on our country because they would not respect the ruling of the United States. They would laugh at us, and they would pretty much try to start personal attacks and wars and propaganda. I also feel that if that did happen, if the president had a first gentleman, not a first lady, that we might have already been in World War III. Specifically because when you are dealing with the LGBTQ community and you're dealing with two men, whenever we are dealing with the women, right, it's always a woman and then one that's a butch trying to be a man, right? Well, it's vice versa. You have a man and then you have a man trying to portray himself as like Mrs. Brady. And that's a huge problem, especially to the Muslim countries. That's a huge problem there. I think that our public relations, I think we would not be able to have like the WWE, how it goes to Saudi Arabia and it goes all over the Middle East and it's well respected, I think it stops that. I think that they would try to stop the U.S. from competing in the Olympics. Other
Mm.
countries, I think other countries would try to get the U.S. out of NATO. National alliance taking over. I think that they will go ahead and try to kick the U.S. out of being in NATO, and I think they will probably. This is hypothetically speaking. I think they would try to have an assassination on the U.S. president to try to bring us back to what they say America should be. That's what I personally think myself.
Wow, that's very interesting, Robert. That's pretty loaded to start off the show, huh?
Oh yes.
Well, you ready for my answer?
Yes, 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 yes.
Well, in this modern day of progression, where being gay is widely accepted. Here in the San Francisco Bay Area where I live, I believe we were the first area. San Francisco and California was the first. San Francisco, the city, and then California, the state. We were the first pioneers to establish gay rights and to legalize gay marriage. So I've been at the forefront of all of this, and I'll tell you, initially, back in those days, and that was about 15 years ago or so, maybe, around 15 years ago or so. Initially, it was kind of weird because anything new is weird. It wasn't weird because I'm a straight man and they're gay. It was just something different, right? And so I think at this point in 2023, heading into 2024, being gay is much more widely accepted. And I don't think it would be as big of an issue now for there to be a gay president and to have a first gentleman, first mister, however you want to say it, right? For me, I'm all about, how the person is deep within, how they treat other people. It's not about, sexual orientation for me, or, man, woman, male or female, gay or straight, whatever, right? It's about who's best qualified for the job and what kind of a person they are, what kind of a heart and soul do they have. So, in my opinion, I don't think it would be as big of a deal. I respect what you're saying. I disagree with that. I don't think terrorism would happen out of this. Those are my thoughts. I don't have a whole lot more to say about it. I've had many gay friends. When I worked for Costco Wholesale back in my younger days, this was about almost 30 years ago. We had a lot of gay people working, at the location I was at and company wide. And I will tell you, they were the easiest going, nicest people, very laid back, very down to earth. And this was back in the days right before it was about to become widely accepted. They were still getting scrutinized, but the people that I worked with at Costco, they just accepted, who they are, and we accepted them, and it was just like, dealing with another human being. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Like I said, Robert, if this was, 15, 20 years ago, even 25, 30 years ago, I'd probably more so agree with you at that point. But I think right now being gay is just as accepted as the fact that you need water to survive.
Oh,
There's my
okay.
answer.
Let me throw. I'm gonna use sports and throw this into that. Now, if the
Okay.
president is openly gay, do you think that more people in the sports realm, because these are public figures, they make millions and millions and millions of dollars. Do you think that you will see more? I know in the NBA we had Jason Collins. In college football, it was what was his name? I forget his name. But they gave him a tryout in the NFL. There's been stories in the NFL and the NBA that there's players that are gay and the teammates know. But
Mhm.
at the same time, if the president is gay, do you think that more more sports athletes will feel more accepted to come out as gay to show people that we play sports also, just because the president is openly gay.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, if you have someone in the most, prominent and influential position in the country, such as the president, be gay, of course, it's going to, make other gay people that are still in the closet feel more comfortable to come out, because, again, it's becoming more and more widely accepted. Another thing that you mentioned, Robert, and I've done a lot of research on this, and I've followed a lot of other coaches, such as Coach Corey Wayne. He's a great coach to follow as well, if you don't know about him. And in every relationship, there's supposed to be masculine and feminine energy. So between the man and the woman, the man's supposed to be the masculine one, the woman's supposed to be the feminine one. But the problem nowadays in the modern world, a lot of women are stronger than men. So the woman acts more masculine, and the man, some of the men out there that we call the beta males, act more feminine. Well, in gay and lesbian relationships, relationships of the same sex, there's always one that's more of the masculine one, and one that's more the feminine one, like you're talking about, like the butch haircut and stuff. No disrespect, it's just what it is. That's typically the more masculine one, and the feminine one is one that looks like a regular. Well, you can't say regular nowadays. You get scrutinized. What do you mean regular? Are gay people not regular? Everyone is regular. I'm talking about a straight female. Looks more like a straight female, right? In a relationship between two men, there's always one that's going to be more masculine, and then there's going to be one that's more feminine. And a lot of times, even Coach Corey Wayne used to, call the one that's more feminine, it's like having a gay male girlfriend, right? So, I've been friends with many gay people, and I've seen the more masculine side of gay men and the more feminine side of gay men. I've seen how they interact with people, right? And the ones that act more feminine, that are the feminine one in the relationship, it's interesting. They're like the best friend any woman can have, because it's a man that is acting feminine. They don't want anything from the woman sexually, and they're great listeners. Yada yada yada. So I think. Again, Robert, I think that if you have someone as prominent, if you have someone in a prominent position as the president be gay, of course, it's going to, more so influence, gay men and women that are in the closet to want to come out and play sports. So,
right.
Yeah, that's my answer on that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, all right. Now, I just got to ask something, and we'll get to the next one. It's about gay people, and it's about the women. Now, you see how Ellen DeGeneres looks, right? She looks like Tony Hawk. Or Jimmy Fallon. She wants to be the guy in the suit and dress like that, and do all these things, and then, like, I'll be in Target, or I'll go to Walmart doing a Walmart Spark order, and I'm trying to figure out that if women want to be the male in the relationship with a woman, why, like, I'm trying to figure this out. When you're obese and you're fat, and then they turn it into, I want to just be a guy girl, is it because of the weight? Or is it because they feel they cannot lose the weight and be the woman they are, or they say, well, I might as well just be fat and gay? What do you think that is? Is that psychological, or how does that? Because you'll have some that want to wear a shirt and tie, slacks, button ups, and everything, and then you'll have some that want to just look like the plumber, and they're perfectly fine. I'm talking about the Van shoes, the jean shorts, like the Metallica t-shirt with the hat to the back. You know what I mean? Like they dress like a straight tomboy guy, but they're overweight. And I see even overweight when women say, I'm still a girl. What makes the overweight women feel like they should just turn gay? Do they feel they have no hope, or what's the problem with that?
Yeah, that's a very loaded question. I like these questions, Robert. They're loaded from the last show to this one, and I'm the king of asking loaded questions. At least I've been in the past, and so, yeah, possibly. I do know some straight women in the real world that are still straight, but have attempted to have a relationship with another woman, and a lot of times, these women will do it for the reasons you say. It's an insecurity, right? So let's say they're overweight, or they feel they're just unattractive. They're trying to lose the weight. At least they say they're trying to lose the weight, and they can't. They're trying to take better care of themselves, but nothing's turning around. And the truth of the matter is, they're just not trying hard enough, right? I think it's an excuse, and it's a way to take the easy way out. But here's the thing: nowadays, there are men out there that will accept a woman of any shape or size. You have men that are in top-notch physical shape that are with 300-400-pound women. You see all that happening. So it's you just don't know what's going to happen nowadays, because this world has gone all over the place, and it's kind of hard to pinpoint something. But yeah, no, I have seen some women attempt to date someone of the same sex, date another woman when things weren't going well with men. And yeah, a lot of that probably had to do with the fact that they're overweight or unattractive, and they're not able to attract the type of man they want. So, or if they do attract a good-looking man, that man doesn't have the personality that they want, or he's abusive. So they may go and seek the comfort of a beautiful woman who's going to understand them at a more nurturing level, and is going to be beautiful as well.
Well,
Yeah,
that's why
I mean,
I'm bringing
people
this
do.
up, Eli.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I
Sorry.
said that's why I'm bringing it up, because of the fact that a lot of people don't understand the psychological aspect on why someone may choose to come out the closet or choose to change their orientation is because of rejection and failure and everything else. Some will feel that if I switch sides, I can be dominant on the other side because I'm less dominant on one side. And I know some people are like, what the hell? But you got to think, people, you have a brain. Some people think like this, and which is why they go ahead and do all this stuff. Now, think about the people. We're going to go ahead and leave this topic here, but just think about the people that get bullied in school, and they end up committing suicide because they were getting bullied in school. You don't know what's going on in that person's head that make him want to take himself out of the equation. Some people just want to switch sides. You know what I mean? So that's why that was brought up right there, people. Hopefully you guys understood that.
You know what, Robert? And I think a lot of people that are straight attempt to go to the other side, and I won't even call it sides anymore, because if you say it's a side, then you're being judgmental, right? And but how else are we going to say it? Okay, some people may go to the other side because it just creates more acceptance, and it's just an easier thing to do. Like I said, it's just something different as well too. So it's a very interesting time and a very interesting world that we live in, Robert. This is very interesting.
All right. Let's get on to number 2. If you are someone out there that would like to address or come in on that, I see. Let me see. Twiggy says, okay, let's get this correct. Weight loss has nothing to do with sexual preference. Yes, it does. I just broke it down. I'm a trainer. I would know too. People tell you their X factors on why they're training and everything, and those conversations are private. But you got to understand that some people, you know what, Twiggy? Uh, weight loss. Now check this out. Someone may be very, very thin, okay, not developed, and they look like a boy. They'll end up looking like a skateboard boy and will end up being a skinny version of the overweight person that's changing their orientation. That there's a lot that goes into that. You can't say it's not correct because we are living in a population. Now, let me tell you my rules when it comes down to my theories here. If there's one, there's 10. If there's 10, there's 100. If there's 100, there's go into it 1,000. If there's 1,000, there's 10,000. If there's 10,000, there's 100,000. If there's one, the number automatically multiplies because there is not one off in this whole universe. That's not how it works. So when you say that, let's get it correct, it's not. You are actually giving a false statement because as long as there is one, the possibility of it being two is very, very high possibility and probability. It's never going to be impossible or improbable, Twiggy. You have to understand that. If there's one, there is more. Okay. But thank you for participating there. Now, what does the panel think of the current openly gay channel censors the word heads of state? How is their sexuality impact? How is this their sexuality? You must be typing wrong. Retype that. Type that. We'll come back to it, or my wife will go back and check it out and then let me know what he's saying. Okay, she tried to decipher it also. Okay, so yeah, so Twiggy is 100% right. That is not the case. That is not the case, man. Sexual orientation can damage someone's look. Self-confidence is it's self, which means you have to care about yourself and how you feel. Some people have been rejected from, look, all right, there's a lot of guys that get picked on by other guys saying, I never see you with the girlfriend, i.e. Flex. I never see you with the girlfriend. You never have anyone. You must be a virgin still. You must do guys do that to guys all the time. Some of these guys get beat up and some of these guys turn gay. We all know this is for a fact. So if that happens in the guy realm, why can it not happen in the women's realm? Which goes back to me with the women running the economy. If it's okay for them to do it inside the house, how are they not able to do it outside the house in the government role? So if guys can make fun of guys and make them turn gay and pick on them, give them wedgies, put their head in toilet bowls and pick on them, it's been in movies for a long time. Why can't a woman that's been rejected by men her whole life growing up because she's been overweight and she feels she's ugly, she got boils or something, freckles on her skin, she feels like she shouldn't be a part of society, some of these women will turn gay. Some of these women will turn gay. That is an absolute all the way true statement. There is no way around that. There is no way around that. It actually happens.
Robert, and that one guy in the chat that's been trolling me for years. And see, this is the problem.
He's not trolling right now, though. He's not trolling now, though. He's not trolling now.
No, I know. But what I'm saying is the audience that's here is one-sided. They are an alt-right audience that think the exact same way. Typically, these people think the opposite of everything that we're talking about. So the thing is, I would like to see more of a diverse audience, so we get a variety of answers. But anyway, 7777 says weight doesn't influence who you're attracted to. You're out of your mind. And you're out of your mind on that. And by the way, I did look it up. Massachusetts was the first state that legalized gay marriage. I think California was the next one, but it was more. It appeared like California was the first state because it was more highly publicized there because, Gavin Newsom was, I believe, mayor at that point, and that actually helped launch his career to where he's at today. Yada yada yada. But as far as weight not influencing who you're attracted to, come on, man. I mean, look, it's not about saying you're fat. It's not about teasing someone or trying to kick someone down. for being overweight. It'd be one thing if you were a rude person teasing someone over their weight, but when it comes to physical attraction, let me tell you, most women and most men, weight is a huge bearing issue right there, right, Robert? What do you think? Doesn't that make sense to you?
It makes perfect sense because look, man, as a guy growing up, my genetics, I'm a mesomorph, but growing up, I'm tall, skinny, and people didn't think I was gonna gain weight. My freshman year of high school, I was 6 feet tall, 137 pounds. You know what I mean? I was real tall. They didn't think my body was gonna frame on out. Girls didn't like me because I was so tall and skinny and stuff. I had, my wearing a size 14 in high school, big old feet, real tall, skinny, pointy shoulders, but could jump real high and run real fast. The coaches in the athletic department knew I'm an athlete. You know what I mean? So they're gonna fill my body in. It's going to take year by year. Now, all those girls and people that made fun of me and everything for being that, every single summer, brother came back on with extra pounds of muscle, not fat. And then guess what? Oh, you're one of the popular guys. Oh, you're in musical productions and show choir. You do theater work and stuff. Oh, you're so cool. But before that stuff, it was not cool. So that answers that right there. So you got to automatically understand, people, that in this world, we're in America. So sorry to say, the propaganda in magazines and everything else like that. Look back then. It was about being a size zero, be real skinny, big old head, make your head look all big and shit. That's what it was. Then it went to being normal looking people. Then it got to the point to where, because of all the surgeries and stuff going on, the surgery people are like, well, we want people to look at people that have surgeries and stuff, because the skinny people from way back in the day were mad because people that are naturally not skinny, they're medium built or fat. Those people, the skinny people, get mad at them saying, well, I want to do that. So then it brought on the surgeries and all the other stuff. And women do that to try to catch men. They don't do that to try to catch women. They do that to try to catch men. And when the men still don't want them, they end up being the other side of feminine part of whatever society they're in. And that's the way it goes. Can't nobody take that down. Now, let's get into this next one right here.
Robert, can I say
Thunder. Wait, Thunder says offended by Robert and Eli's ignorance. This is not ignorance. This is straight facts. And if you don't like the facts, you don't have to like them, Thunder. And also, Thunder, let me let you know this. I'm not a liberal, okay? I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Green Party. I'm not libertarian. I am a fully, completely indie. I'm not the independent party. I'm a fully, completely indie. I have conservative views. I have some liberal views. I have views from all over the place. But I am a supreme independent, free thinking, independent. When I voted for the president, I wrote myself in. Okay, let me tell you how independent I am. I voted for Robert John Reese Jr. That's who I voted for. I voted for Robert Reese Jr.
Wow.
That's who I voted for there. I wrote myself in. And
Amen.
Thunder, you have to understand this. We're speaking about things that really happened. And by the way, for Tammy and them that are watching, let me give you guys these numbers again from yesterday, in case you guys forgot. This is my where is it at here? This is my my ASCAP, my publishing, my licensing on everything that I own. How I told you guys, so I can copyright people if I want to. My member ID with ASCAP, the American Society of Composers, Authors, and Publishers. My member ID is 1719090. My IPI name number, that's like this is my registration and business license for what I have, 507-953-242. Play with me if you want to. Now, I want to get into this, Eli.
All right, Robert.
Should asylum seekers be forced into military duty?
Wow. Asylum seekers, you said, right?
See you later. Wait, see you later, Thunder. I'm out of here. You and Eli. It's too wrong. This is embarrassing to be part of. Well, we got a whole lot of topics to go on. But guess what, Thunder? Guess who likes conversations like this? People who have an open mind. I suggest you.
Mhm.
You said you won't watch Eli anymore. You're over here watching. You said I have members only. You left and you came back right now. I know we're going to see
Mhm.
a video of Eli with you watching it later on today. So just go ahead, get ready for that, Thunder, and go hang out with Flex. Now, back to this, Eli. Should asylum seekers be forced into military duty?
Hmm. So you're talking in the new country that they go to?
All right, let's use yes, or let's use our country. So let's say you're trying to get out of your country, you want to come here.
Right.
You tell them you're leaving, you're seeking asylum because of this, and that. Let's say you are of age between 18, let's say 18 to 25 years old. You are of age, you're coming here to seek asylum, and should guys who are coming over like that, we know that they're going to be productive citizens in the United States, should, when they come over, when they're seeking asylum, automatically be put in a program to get pretty much an increase on becoming a citizen by way of decreasing the years that you need to become one by your military
Hmm.
service. And that will help you become a citizen in the United States, but you will also be giving service back by protecting the country that you are seeking asylum in, not from. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. So so if you're trying to like leave Mexico to come to the US, are you saying coming here and then becoming a part of our military, being drafted into our military, or I'm
Yes,
not quite sure
yes,
exactly.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. Because once they come here on
Yeah.
asylum, they can come here,
Hmm.
work. Then if they get married and all this other stuff, they are here. They are just here. Now, in order to save, and this might sound wrong, in order to save U.S. lives, to keep more families in America at home, so families are not going through that tragic, having them knock on your door. Sorry, sir. Sorry, ma'am, for your loss. When they lose a child, in order to, this may sound wrong, people, but we are living in the world. If they did that to help save the population of our own U.S. Citizens, you got to think that deep about this stuff.
Yeah. Robert, I think that, providing some incentive, for them to, get citizenship quicker, such as joining the military and doing something like that. I don't think that would be a bad idea, to be honest with you. I think we need to hold people more accountable nowadays. People that are already citizens here in the U.S. and people that are trying to come in and become citizens, right? Seeking asylum. I get it. They're not happy with what's going on in their country. Mexico, for example, has, one of the shadiest governments, and their police are shady too. Like, it's like people want to get out of that and come into, uh, a more, decent country, right? And I'm not saying things with our government aren't shady. They are, but it's much shadier, like in a country like Mexico. So I think that, you know, uh, giving these asylum seekers incentive, to speed up the process of getting citizenship here in the U.S. Is that I want to make it clear? Is that what you were looking for? That type of a response there, or
Well, yeah, their response is perfectly fine, also, because I'm gonna go a little bit deeper into this.
hmm
Now, the reason why I asked this question here is because we know how cruel the government can be and how population
hmm
control is around the world. If
yeah,
someone is seeking asylum from some place, chances are they're afraid to be killed. they've done something, or people are coming after their family, and they have to live. So they have a high chance of them being killed if they were stuck over there. If they are going to a country to seek asylum, a country might say, well, hey, we'll let you join our military, we'll teach you, let you become a citizen here, but there's a chance of you dying in the process also. That's why I'm bringing that up. That's why I'm bringing it up. You see what I mean? You're taking someone out of a situation that can potentially put them in a situation that's the same thing. So that's why I'm asking this question.
Yeah. If they come here to the U.S. and we, draft them into the military, and in battle they get killed, it's, I get it. It could have happened in their country, right? So is it really is it really, asylum? Is it really getting away from what they're trying to get away from? They're trying to get away from their country that is less than favorable, right? So that's it's a loaded question. It's a loaded question. If there's incentive to speed up the process of becoming a permanent citizen, it might be worth the risk. If not, then probably not. There has to be some incentive. If you're gonna risk your life on something, there has to be some incentive. There has to be some good incentive, right? The military risks their life all the time, so there's great incentive. They have the best benefits, etc. I mean, it's they're taken care of. So yeah, that's what I think. If you're gonna put yourself from one risk to another, there has to be incentive for it. Speed up the process of getting, permanent, citizenship. That would work.
Okay.
And I'll say I'll say this real quick. 7777. Unless you want to come up on this panel and show your face like you never have, then you can shut your mouth, because I share my thoughts based on what I know and how I feel. And if you want to assume like I don't know what I'm talking about, then you're one ignorant motherfucker. Bottom line. Let's move on.
All right.
I'll be honest with you, Robert. I'm so sick of this one group of men that are so fucking ignorant, and they have no critical thought, like your woman says in the chat, and they think they're right about everything, and they like to try to kick other people down, that are up here on the stage, come up here and show your face. 7777. Okay, show your face, use your real name, or shut the fuck up. Okay.
All right,
I'm tired of these people.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just leave them alone, and let's go ahead and get to the next topic. You guys do know that if you guys would like to have a question, okay, if you are a member of HotFacts, the support crew team member, you're able to put your questions in. You get priority access to having your questions answered, but they have to be a legitimate question, not can you smell my ass or something else like that. We ain't doing nothing else like that. Hot crew member, you get a chance to do that. Also, pick the shows, all that. But if you would like to voice yourself, please go ahead and click the link and get it out there. This show is going to be having topics like this every single episode, and chances are we're going to have an audience that is going to be growing and growing and growing because of the stimulating conversations and open-mindedness of the questions that are going on. Many people can get involved with these. So as this chat channel grows, it's going to be great. The greatest thing is that once we get this thing up to like 1,000 people in the chat, all the trolls that come in here to do this stuff will be drowned out, because 1,000 people will be over them. Then when I'm able to, like I'm going to do free promotion right now for everyone out there, please make sure you go check out Coach J Rhymes here on YouTube. This is the guy that likes to spend all of his time promoting trash and using taxpayers' dollars to do false welfare checks, trying to waste people's lives and ruin their lives. This guy does this. Go ahead and check his channel out, Coach J Rom, here on YouTube. That's COACH J-R-H-A-M. Check his channel out. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment in my community section about what you think of that channel. Let me know if that channel is a channel that you would refer to anyone else, or if you would let your mother watch that show. Also, let me know if you feel that they should have something else to do all day than try to mess with one person all day in life. I'm going to give this guy free promotion all day so he can get people to go over there to his channel and tell him what a bad job he is doing. We're going to reverse the trollism by me doing something positive, by me doing some networking with Coach J. Rom. I'm going to promote your channel out there, and I'm going to let people see exactly what you do. And people, when you go over to his channel, make sure you type in Hot Facts with Robert Reed sent me over. Go ahead and do that. Let him know that you're going to be watching all the videos, so he has to put them all on private. We will be doing this for a long time until the reverse trollism is going on him. So people, please go ahead and check out Coach J. Rom. Listen to what he does. I was going to read one of his passages today here, but I'm not. But go check the channel out. He will be featured on the boardroom, the first episode of season 2. He's going to be compared up there with Eli. This will be Eli's second thing up there. But we're going to be showing a positive channel that Eli has to a channel that has gotten over 400,000 views this past month in Coach J. Rom. He was complaining, saying Eli is barely getting this many subs, and they said, look at how much money he makes. But on Coach J. Rom, says he makes $0 on Social Blade. So I'm going to be featuring his Social Blade on how much falselyhood he has done on it. He's bought his views, his channel sucks, and he has a D- grade, and that's from Social Blade and the people that watch. So go ahead and check out the D- channel. Let me know if it should be higher than a D-, or wait to the the boardroom episode. Coach J. Rom will be on the first episode of season 2 of the boardroom. We're going to showcase positive channel versus trash channel. And make sure you go check his channel out now. He's probably watching this and streaming this on Rumble right now. Also, help me get to 5 followers on Rumble so I can stream this over on Rumble also at the same time. So when it's restreamed, I can go ahead and let Rumble know what's going on, because it's being broadcasted on YouTube first, and it's coming from this panel here, and I want it streamed on Rumble at the exact same time, so that when the information does go in, they can check and see it's our stuff. So,
no, Robert, yes, real quick before we move on, Jack from Washington State. I've known you for many years. Unless you want to get your fat ass on the stage here and show your face, then shut your mouth. This is the problem. You, Jack, you 777, most of you folks, you have no balls to come on the panel and show your face and talk to us one-on-one. And as far as Planet Mondo guy, I don't talk about him. I think he's a very ignorant person, and I'm not interested in working with him, and I'm not interested in communicating with him. I'm not afraid to talk to anyone. You guys are just a waste of my fucking time. You guys are a waste of my fucking air. And I'm just giving it to you straight. Okay. That's the truth. You guys are a waste of my space and my air and my time. And I want nothing to do with you, not because I'm afraid of you. You're a waste of my fucking time. That's it. Period. End of story. Sorry, Robert. Wanted to get the truth out there.
You're all right. Oh, and guess what? Your channel, they said Eli's channel was a C, and they were laughing, right? But J. Rom has a D-. You have a C+. You're almost a B. I have a B channel, a B-. You have a C+. We're right there. Coach J. Rom is getting kicked out of class. He ain't even passing. So,
hey, Robert, when can I use the restroom? I'll listen to you ask the question on my phone, and you can go first, and I'll answer when I get back. But can I go use the restroom real quick while you do this? All right, I'll be right back.
Gotcha. Now, for everyone else that said Eli leaves, he goes to the bathroom during the show. That's what he does. He's at home. He can do that. So is he running away from me? No. And the best thing about this show, you see these questions here, they have nothing to do about Eli and you guys, but you guys in the chat are like, well, I want to say this about this. You got to comment about what we're talking about. Now, this next subject should be a very interesting one. Should we have parenting classes for pregnant teenagers, boy and the girl, and trade programs available so that they can learn a trade, so that when they are out of high school, they can actually be productive citizens for their child. I'm going to open this up and say, yes, the reason why I do believe that parenting classes should be put up, if a child is pregnant, there's going to come a point in time to where they're going to have to miss some school and do work at home and all this other stuff. They're going to have to learn to be a mother because chances are their parents are going to be working. No one's going to be at home with them. And they're going to have to learn to do things, changing diapers, how to hold the babies, do all this stuff, right? Boy and the girl, not just the girl. The guys are not off the hook. Now, also, the parents are going to have to be involved with this because your child is a minor, okay? Your parents have to be involved. Also, your parents are going to have to pay a separate fee while you're in school to help fund the program. This will be like parents paying for the mistake that happened, but you still will be in good hands. I do believe that we should have this in, teach them about life, teach them about work. And I do believe trade programs should be in this program, so where these kids are not going to be in regular school like the other kids. Unless you're an athlete, they always make some type of stipulation there. These kids will be in parenting school. They will be getting the same curriculum that the other kids get, but while being pregnant, they're going to be in pregnancy school and parenting school, meaning that all you're doing is learning how to be a parent, getting your schoolwork in, and learning some home economics courses. Bring that back. If there was a woman in charge of finances, this program here will be brought back in. Example. Also, trade programs, auto shop, wood shop, learning how to do separate cosmetology, learning how to do separate trades in the program, or they can pick what trade they want to do, and they go ahead and study this. They'll take their tests all in high school, so when they get done, they can actually move into a place and have a place for the kid. Also, what will happen is this: it'll force more people to be together instead of stop being separate parents and everything else like that. And I think that we will have a higher marriage rate in the United States coming in from young people. And I do believe that we may see a higher increase in successful marriages not ending in divorce. Because I believe in parenting and finance classes in high school. Yeah, you have to go ahead and get this done. And the parents, like if you're going to be in sports, a cheerleader and band, if you're going to be in the choir, there's shop card fees and all this other stuff. You know how if you're going to go to like a prom, you got to pay for your prom ticket, all this other, if you want to go to the whale watching trip, your parents are going to have to pay. You can pay up front, or you can have a payment plan that goes in to help the funding out for that school specifically, or for the school district, depending on how the funding is going in, which would make it that if women were in charge of all the funding, Mondo, if women were in charge of all the funding and finances and things, this would be a place where the finances would be going into. Mondo, answer the question correctly, how I'm giving you an example now. A woman may have put this program in for parenting to help the kids. We can help marriages. And by people seeing more people married, it'll make more people get married also. And I think society would be a whole lot better because in terms of, you say, the gender roles, Mondo, while being in this program, the boy and the girl are going to be able to pick their own trade program electives while they're in the parenting program, which will help that when they get out, they may be doing it together in a combined household. That's where that answer would be, Mondo. That's how that comes into play after the funding goes in from a woman to bring this up. So I know there's a lot of people out there, and I know a lot of you guys went to school. You have friends that got pregnant in high school. and it was like their whole life was over. Well, what would happen if their life was not over, or if they felt like that? Do you know that there are so many teens that leave their kids at the fire department, because you can leave your child at the fire station. They'll leave them in dumpsters. They leave them at the police station. They drop them off at hospitals in boxes. Do you know if they see that they can still be something, how many of those kids will still be in the homes with the parents, the grandparents, and becoming a prominent citizen in this society? That is something that will change. You will also have less abortions. You'll have less abortions because when you're pregnant, you're going to go through a program to where your child is going to be able to grow up with you while you are in school, depending on when you get pregnant. If you get pregnant as a freshman, well, guess what? You got 4 years in this parenting program that you can have, because while you are in school, they're gonna have the funding will go on to where you have like a little daycare there, where your child is being watched for you while you are in school. Then when you get out of school, you take your child with you home, you go ahead and do all that stuff, and you start that process all the way over again. You're going to school, getting it in, and you're learning how to be a parent on the books. Then you go home and practice those things at home. I think this program would be a huge success if it was rolled out all across the United States. And the funding that a woman, if they were in charge, this program would exist over how it's being done now. What do you think about this, Eli?
Well, that was an interesting response, Robert. Great response. I heard it on my phone while I was taking a break using the restroom. So this is what I think, and I've always thought this. I've always been more about preventative measures and preventative maintenance on things. In this situation, I think more money should be funded, and it would cost less overall to do it this way. To take preventative measures such as make birth control more readily available at a high school level. Make also emergency birth control available, because a lot of these young kids are having unprotected sex. Make condoms more available, but a lot of them are not even using condoms, and they're playing Russian roulette, right? And then the woman may be thinking, oh, I can't get pregnant the first time. And it usually happens the first time, right? Or the woman, the girl, because they're underage. If you have a teenage pregnancy, in this modern world, that can change the course of your life. It can actually, ruin your life. I'm not saying the kid's a bad thing. It's just too soon to have a kid. Women are not mature enough to have kids at that age, and it's going to set back the course of their future, and it's going to affect their future down the road. So I honestly think if we talked more about sex education and made more information available, put like a Planned Parenthood, like in every high school, like have a counselor there or a nurse there or somebody there that's qualified to distribute birth control, distribute emergency birth control. If something happens and a boy and a girl have unprotected sex and they realize that, they have up to 72 hours to get the emergency birth control. If that's available at a high school level, that can prevent an unintended pregnancy or a young pregnancy, right? So, and I think that would also cost us far less than these other programs. These programs you mentioned are great, but I think preventing pregnancy at the young age is more of the right way to go. That's just my opinion on that, Robert. Do you have any thoughts on that, or does that make sense to you? Or
Well, the preventative part should already be in place. You know what I mean? That should already be in place. Passing out condoms, having the speakers come, having sex ed back in high school again. They took out sex ed. They took out home ec. They took out courses like that. They don't have the wood shop anymore like that, the metal shop. They took those things out. So while taking those things out, um, things change. The preventative measures should be put in place, but we all know what can happen. And because it can happen, if those measures are not put, if those measures aren't working, and that's what they ended up as, instead of having them not having hope and feeling like their life is over, we got to be able to give them something to help them be able to see that they can still achieve and still be productive. Yeah. But that's that. Great
Yeah,
answer.
Robert.
Yeah.
Robert, real quick. Yeah. So maybe a hybrid of both. If you put more resources into a better sex ed program, or if those sex ed programs are no longer available in most high schools and stuff anymore, put more resources there and stop the majority of unplanned pregnancies, right? And then the remainder of the ones that slip through the cracks, then we can take the additional resources like you mentioned and handle it the way you mentioned to handle it. But I think if we went 100% your route, I think it would cost us way more in tax dollars than the preventative maintenance. It's like on a car. If you take care of your car, do your oil changes, change your spark plugs, if you do the preventative maintenance, your car is going to last longer, and it's also going to cost less to, repair it when it comes time to do repairs, right? So preventative maintenance is my outlook on it.
All right. Eli, I'm gonna put this comment up here. This is from Jax. Jax, like you said, Eddie earlier, Eli wore a shit show. Look, you're talking about the gig world. You're not part of the gig world. Don't you think the whole gig world knows about that? Eli, can you do me a favor? Do you have that shit show shirt available now? Can you go ahead and put it on and wear it for the rest of the show?
I mean, I could.
Yeah,
you want me to go grab it right now, Robert?
Yeah, go ahead and grab the shit show shirt and wear it right now, and you guys can stop talking about it. I like the shirt, and I'm not gonna blur it. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be right back.
All right, Jack. This will go ahead and fix you now. Say something else about the shit show shirt. We all thought it was hilarious. You guys didn't. You guys said, "How do you wear that up there?" They say Eli has a shit show all the time. So he wore the shirt shit show. So right now he's going to put it on right now because our show is getting more views than our last 10. And 6 of their top 10 videos are all about Eli and 2 are about me. So we are bringing them the content for their channel. So Eli is going to wear that shit show shirt right now as a remembrance of that show there. We're in the gig world. We all saw this shirt. Like my wife is a gig driver also. We're in the gig world. You don't have to tell her he wore a shirt that said shit show. The whole gig world knows. He did it on purpose. Come up with something else. Thank you. He's going to go ahead and put it on for you now. He won't wear it on his own show. All right. This is what you guys don't. All right. Look at this. Look at this. It says Hot Facts and Coach Eli podcast, right? That's what it says, right? Hot Facts and Coach Eli podcast, right? I'll go ahead and take that banner down so you can just see it there in yellow. Here, I'll take this banner down. Now, I'll take this banner down and you can just have it in yellow. Now, Hot Facts and Coach Eli podcast. So he's wearing it on our show. So yes, he would wear it on his show. Now, Pedro and Hannibal's show, Jax, is not, that's not Hannibal's show. That's not Pedro's show. They have a show together. Yep. Thank you, Eli. Keep that shirt on.
Hey, Robert, can I say something real quick? A couple things real quick. First of all, this shirt does not violate the terms of service. This is also considered parody. So, Jack, you can STFU once again. Second of all, Planet Mondo. Let me address Planet Mondo real quick again. First of all, I'm not afraid of you. I wouldn't be afraid of you to face you one-on-one in person, but I'm not interested because you have a completely different outlook regarding what you want to do out here on YouTube than I do. And quite frankly, I just think you're a fucking instigator because that's what you do. You just like to instigate people That's part of your YouTube persona. It's part of your drama persona. And that's fine. If that's the way that you want to run your channel and live your life, that's cool. I'm just not into that kind of stuff. So I'm not afraid of Mondo. He's just a waste of my air and waste of my time. That's the truth of the matter. Okay. If I was interested in working with you guys, I would reach out to you, send you an email, and we'd work at a professional level. But that's not possible because that's not what you guys are about. Period. End of story. Keep running your mouths.
Yes, sir.
We're going to ignore you. I'm just going to address it because you guys think I'm a chicken shit pussy. And no, it's you guys that are the chicken shit pussies. You are. You want it real? I'll keep it real. And if you want to say that's a lack of, go ahead.
No, it says real talk, real people, real results. We keep it way real here. We keep it raw and real, uncut.
Let me ask you this, Jack. Let me ask you this here. I can wear this shirt wherever I want to wear it. I'm not afraid to wear this on my channel. But what if this is one of my surprise wardrobes when I go on other shows? I mean, why are you watching my every move so closely, dude? Like, it seems like you're dissecting every little inch and step I take in my life, which is pretty fucking pathetic. You're a miserable human being, Jack. You're a miserable human being. I know you're going through some things health-wise, and I feel for you regarding that. That doesn't mean you have to be a miserable fucking clown and help yourself get through some rough times by trying to degrade someone else you wish you could be like. Come on, dude.
Yeah, ain't nothing, Eli, there is nothing wrong with the shirt. Let's go ahead and get to this next topic here. Should transgenders, I'm talking about the man, and because women won't do it. They will never go fight in a boxing fight against Mike Tyson or anything. Should a man be able to transform into a woman and compete in women's sports?
That's the most loaded question in the history of loaded questions, Robert. This has been asked many times because there has been men that have transgendered into women and they have competed in sports with women and they were the dominant one. Why? Because they still have way more male chromosomes than female chromosomes. They're still biologically a man. If you're going to transgender, you're still technically biologically a man. And that's where the issue comes into play here. Because the truth of the matter is this. I'm all for equality between men and women, but men and women are biologically different. I agree with Queen Helen Casey. And I know Queen Helen Casey has been the longest standing moderator on my channel. She's never been once banned on my channel. She's been with me for over 4 years. She doesn't come around as often anymore. She's on Twitter, but she is a phenomenal person. Just so you folks know, she's a good person. But yeah, it's a loaded question, Robert, because honestly, it's not fair to the biological women to have a transgendered man play in their league because technically they still have more male chromosomes, right? But if you go and say that, then the transgendered person's going to say, well, you're not accepting me for now wanting to be a woman. You're judging me. You're discriminating against me. No, there's no discrimination here. Biology is biology. You can be whoever you want to be. But if you still have more male chromosomes than female chromosomes and, you transgender into a woman, but you still have the muscles of a man and you still have the bone structure of a man, you have an unfair advantage. It's not right in my opinion. Again, I'm not trying to take away anything from anyone, including transgendered people, but it's not fair in my opinion. So it should not be allowed. And it has been challenged many times. Yeah.
Yes. It's being challenged. I did a video a few months ago, and in Canada, they have a rugby league, and there's a gentleman he's a guy, and he's playing in the women's rugby league. And there's a reporter there asking him, "Are you afraid to play with the men?" and all this other stuff, right? This guy, rugby player, injured 4 women, sent them to the hospital, right? And there's women on his team saying, leave her alone and everything else, right? But the transgender, the guy that's playing the women's sports, he has a husband. He said, my husband. His husband is a woman. The woman looks like John Candy. Yes. The woman looks like John Candy. I have the video. People go to my channel. I'll put it in my community post. The guy, the guy is a regular guy. He injured 4 women, and the women on his team protect him by calling him her and saying that he's the wife, and his husband is an actual real woman, and that's the husband. And he injured 4 women. I have the full article, the whole full thing. I have it on my channel, and it's crazy. I feel that it's not right. Wait. I feel it's not right because all those injuries that can happen. More importantly, like let's say it's the UFC. Let's say it's boxing. You know, you got this guy just knocking this woman out. Now I could see if now you see on like in the movies, they have women that are super agents and they fight the men and beat up the men. They show all that stuff. They show the men fighting them in fight scenes and all that stuff. That's why they think it's a-okay. But at the same time, will you see a woman transform over to say, "Hey, I want to participate in the male sport"? It's not going to happen in basketball anytime soon. It's not going to happen in the NFL unless you're a kicker. That's the only way. But then the kicker still gets hit. It's not going to happen in boxing. A woman's not going to want to go and do a celebrity boxing match against Mike Tyson or Jake Paul or Logan Paul or anyone else. That's not going to happen. I feel that these men that do that, they are big sissies, big ass punks, because they cannot hang with the men. They have to go ahead and make themselves get extra submissive by becoming a woman and playing and participating in female sports. It sucks.
Yeah, Robert, real quick, just to add to this, you were saying that there are women on the team that are fighting for the rights of the transgendered woman, even though the transgendered woman that's technically a man is hurting the other women, in the sport, right? These women that stand up for something like that, I call them radical feminists. And you have to understand, there's going to be an exception to every rule. I was saying about 20 to 25% of women, at least here in the U.S., are radical feminists, where it's all about girl power, no matter what, at any expense. And in this case, you're not using, logic and reasoning, which, I mean, no disrespect, women respond to everything emotionally first, based on how they're feeling in the present moment, which is why no logic is initially applied. And then after, the transgendered woman that they're, standing up for hurts other women, maybe at that point they might realize, oh, well, yeah, she is technically a man, and it's not fair, right? I think until there's a way men can completely transition into being a woman with hormone. I know there's hormone replacement therapy, and that does something to change the biology a little bit, but there's still going to be more so a man. Until there's a way where men can transition completely to a woman having more female chromosomes, it's not going to be fair. It's not, Robert. It is not. Men and women were built biologically differently. From a physical standpoint, technically, men are always going to be physically stronger than women. Now, are there some women that are physically stronger than men? Yeah, I've seen women that work out and look like Arnold Schwarzenegger. But I'm not attracted to a woman that looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Are you, Hot Facts? Probably not, right?
Nah, my wife don't look like Arnold Schwarzenegger, but if you go back and look at my wife's pictures, people, you can see the different faces from the slim to the tone to the build to everything else. We get it in. We get it in going there. My wife has never desired she used to watch a lot the figure models. He did not like the bikini models because they don't have enough muscle and they're too skinny. She used to watch the figure, and then they have physique. The figure one, I think, are like the big giant bulky women. She don't like those either. He likes muscles and muscle tone, but not looking like the Incredible Hulk. So she don't look like that at all. She don't look like that at all. So yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. That's
But
that was loaded, Robert, but that was good.
yeah, but let's get into this next one here. Okay. I think you'll like this one. Because I like it myself because I think people really probably want to have a conversation about this. What will happen first? Populating Mars or a female head coach in the NFL?
Wow. Is that for me, or do you want to take it first, Robert? Do you want me to go first this time?
Yeah. You go first on this one.
Populating Mars or female coach in the NFL?
Head coach, female head coach.
Female head coach. I'm going to say female head coach. And I'll tell you why, because I don't think we're anywhere near populating Mars, if ever. It's much more feasible for a woman to become a head coach of a football team. But then again, okay, I understand women have risen up and women can now do anything and everything, should they choose, that only a man could once do, right? But still, is that a position that they would enjoy? Is that a position that they would be respected in? And I'm not trying to say that women shouldn't do it. It's just it'd be kind of like saying, how do I say this the right way? Well, here's the thing, Robert. There are men coaching women's teams. But when it comes to the opposite, especially football, it just seems a little different, because football has always seemed to be more of a masculine type of sport. I don't think there are any female football teams, right, Robert? There are female soccer teams, female softball teams, baseball, whatever, but there aren't any female football teams, right?
No, there are no. They have women football teams that in their own league, but they're not big leagues or anything. But yes, they can play football. There is a college kicker, who she's a field goal kicker. She made a field goal 2 weeks ago. She kicks for historically black university. She's a kicker to get in the game. But there's never been a player in the NFL, and as far as a head coach, there's never been a female head coach. There are female trainers, athletic trainers, but there are no female coaches or head coaches.
Yeah. I mean, look, Robert, I'm all for equality, but even with equality, right? There's a time and a place for everything. And I don't think men or women should try to push their way into something that would make more sense for the opposite sex to do. And, I think we spend more time trying to flex our muscles, saying that, oh, men are the more dominant species, women are the more dominant species. And it's just ridiculous. I think we should just live life as people in the way it makes most sense to live it. I think people are just pushing things way too far nowadays for attention, especially since we have YouTube and Twitter and all these other social media sites that this is where the attention is at, and I think that's what it more so boils down to. That's just my opinion.
Yep. Yeah. Me personally, I'm going to the completely opposite side on this one. I think that we'll actually be sending something to Mars that has red blood and has blood cells and a brain. I'm thinking we're going to be sending. I don't know if they send a handler or an ape or a robot, a handler, and an ape, I think that they're gonna send somebody who has a bunch of money to Mars first, before we see a female head coach in the NFL. Some of you guys may not like my answer. I ain't never seen one in over 100 years. I don't think it's going to happen. Remember, people, they've been playing football since like 1908. We've never seen a female head coach in the century going into the next. We've had different different eras and generations. We got millennials and all this other stuff out here, and I have never seen a woman head coach, not even in high school. It's always been the trainers and the staff like that, but never a coach. We'll get done with that one, which brings me into this next one for us, Eli. If you could be any race or gender for 48 hours, what race would it be, and gender, and why?
Oh boy. Dang, Robert. My God. That's a tough one. If I could be any race or gender for the next 48 hours, what would I be and why? Well, because you didn't give me any stipulations on how to answer this, I'm just going to say I would just be myself because I'm happy with who I am. And I think that that's part of the problem we have in this world nowadays, is that people are just not happy with who they are deep within, regardless of, their, sexual orientation, their race, or whatever, right? I think it all boils down to, being truly happy within yourself, despite, who you are or want to be or whatever. A lot of people say, look, you don't become gay, you're born gay. I can challenge that. I think it can go either way. But I can also say this, that the Bible never talked about, I think the Bible frowned upon homosexuality back in the days. I know things have changed now, but yeah, I think just, I'd be myself. I know I would be myself. I love the person that I am. I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes, but I show up each and every day in life for my family, for my girlfriend, for our dogs, for people on YouTube. I'm happy with who I am, so I wouldn't change a thing. I would be myself. Is that an acceptable answer?
Yeah. That's perfectly fine.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to let you know about me now. Now check this out, people. I would like to be, this might sound funny as hell, I would like to be a middle-aged white woman, okay, for 48 hours. And I'll tell you exactly why. Middle-aged white woman. I would like to see how it feels to be a Karen. I would like to see how it feels to call the police on someone because they're black and the police show up that fast. I would like to walk down the street and put my hand on my purse to see the reaction from the opposite race. Okay, I would love to do that. But more importantly, I would love to be a middle-aged white woman so I can tell someone black, I have white privilege. I would love to see how that feels. I don't want to be a white man because the Kens are not the same. The Karens are ridiculous. I would love to be, let's say, a 45, a 50-year-old. I would like to be a 50-year-old white woman that's a Karen, and I would like to call the police on a black person for no reason. I would like to also have the experience of trying to have a guy hit on me and me tell him I'm good, I'm sorry, I'm with someone. I want the guy to say something else so I can call the police on him, so I can see how it feels, so I can see it firsthand how that works. That's my answer there. A lot of you guys not like that answer, but these things happen in real life. So I would like to be on the other side of what happens in real life. That's my answer there.
Wow. Yeah. I'll add a little more to what you said, Robert. I respect what you said. A lot of the issues stem from middle-aged Caucasian people, white people, my race, whether they're a man or a woman. And I've been talking about that for a while. And it's primarily the people on the alt-right, the fake conservatives, because, here in California, where you and I live, Robert, we have, liberals, we have conservatives. I'm more like you. I'm more down the middle. I do register Democrat. I would say I'm slightly more on the left, but I'm actually a lot more like you. I'm more down the middle. I like certain views from all parties and certain views I hate from all parties, right? I'm about what makes sense regarding the best overall aspect of everyone, right? But when it comes to, middle-aged women, it's the same thing with these middle-aged men. Middle-aged white people seem to be the most, at least some of them, or the more middle-aged white people, male or female, than any other race, are lashing out because technically we've now become the minority. We have, we're not as much of a protected class as others. Now, women, are a protected class within themselves due to feminism, but you take that away and white women have no protection. All other women in every other race have the race card protection, right? You understand what I'm saying? Gay people have the gay protection. Lesbian women have the lesbian protection, right? You understand what I'm saying, Robert? So when you say like white privilege and stuff, I can understand where you're coming from. I just think these women behave this way because other ethnicities are now being treated more fairly, and they feel they're being left behind. That's all. That's what I think. That's my thought. Good response, though, Robert, from you. Are you there?
Right. All right. Yeah, I'm right here. The StreamYard is doing something weird with the sound. I'm right here. Hopefully it's in there now. I did hear that there. My very last topic I want to talk about. Now, Eli, I saw the video, and I was watching you actually live when you got on up. They had someone go bang on your door. First of all, he could have got his ass whooped because no server does that. You're supposed to catch him and do the thing. He came banging on your door, said, "Well, call the police. I'll just have them give it to you." Well, you should have went to the police station first and gave it to them, but they won't do that because that's not their job there. They only serve people that are with rental and things like that. They only do it like that. They serve warrants and stuff like that. I felt it was disrespectful that they did that. They had a body cam and they're showing it like it's something funny. Well, I have that whole clip and everything saved. I also have them speaking on having a welfare check on you. I also have other things that Jay Ram has said. I'm already making a video to go ahead and put these things on there so that you can have it whenever you guys do go to court. You can be able to have things and have a witness on someone that has seen the things that they have done. And all that other stuff. I want to ask you though, are they suing you or serving you for the trademark of the logos, or are they just doing this just to say we're gonna bug Eli's life? What is it?
Well, this is exactly what I haven't been talking about, and I'm going to be very vague, but I will share something with you here because I do respect you, Robert. And what I'm going to say is I'm gathering information and I am prepared for whatever there is to come.
Oh, that was Twiggy. Yeah, Robert, it says, Robert, I am a licensed server in California, so therefore it was you, Twiggy, that went there to serve him. Thank you for that. Now, Twiggy, they tell you how you can serve someone and what you can and cannot do, right? You cannot bang on someone's door like the police over and over again, disturbing the peace and everything else like that. If he had a dog and a dog went to go attack you, you would be in the wrong because you're on private property doing that.
Right.
Now, since we do know that it is you, okay, so you did it all wrong. If you would have came up to my house or something else like that, you would have got beat up. You would have called the police and you would have been on camera doing it like that. You would have came on camera doing it like that, and you would have got beat up. Okay, you would have got beat up. That was the wrong way on doing that, and everything else there. That's not what you do. I felt it was tasteless. You could have got him walking out the house before he's going to do his walk and said his name and then gave it to him just like that. You didn't have to go banging on the door and then giving him an attitude. Most servers, and I was a server also, I have to serve people. Sometimes you can get people, they'll ask you to serve them because they can't do it themselves. Most of the time, they'll say someone's name, or they'll make you look, and then they'll give it to you because you acknowledge the name there. They don't go and do all those things. They don't follow you, chase you in cars, try to open your doors. They don't do any of that stuff. Okay, they don't do any of that stuff at all. That was dead wrong. You said, can I come up on the camera? No, you cannot come up on camera to speak about this. Um, I witnessed it. I saw what happened, and it disrupted his live show. That's what you guys did. And you guys knew that he was on a live show, so you kept doing it to disrupt the show. That's not what you do as a server. If no one is coming to a door, you either go sit in your car, you stalk them, and you case them out until they leave. You don't sit there and do it like that. You could have got shot. Just letting you know.
Yeah, Robert, let me say a few things real quick in a vague way, because, again, this is exactly what these people want. They want us to talk about it for entertainment purposes, because everything that's happening is completely frivolous. And again, think about it this way, Robert. And let's just speak in general, like I did on my show yesterday. If you're going to sue somebody, okay, and then you send the process server to serve them, right? And then most process servers, they don't record video. All they need to do is sign off that they handed you the papers. So apparently, you know, you can actually request from a process server to take video as proof. Now, if you've sued somebody and you have proof that they were served, then next thing you know, you take that video and you pass it around on YouTube to harass and bully and belittle the person. How do you think that's going to come off in the court of law when there are videos out there of that proving it's bullying and harassment? So all I'm going to say is this, Robert. It's all for entertainment purposes, and I'm handling everything behind the scenes in the most professional ways possible. And trust me, like I mentioned on my show yesterday, within a few months, this will all be resolved. There are many things that I'm working on. I've got all my ducks in a row. And honestly, Robert, I have downloaded a lot of stuff and have a lot of evidence, but if you have other stuff and you put it out there, you make me aware, because I'll download it and use that as evidence too.
Yep.
It's just it's just honest. Yeah, honestly, Robert, here's the thing. As a process server, you can go and knock on somebody's door, but you can't sit there and continuously knock all day. You can knock a few times within reason, and if they don't open the door, you have to leave, or you're then trespassing. So you know, people that make threats to, you know, open your door, you know, yeah, you don't have to open your door for anyone. You don't. There's no law that says you have to open your door. And if people are going to keep beating on your door to try to break it down, you know, to serve you, that's against the law. So trust me, I've got all my ducks in a row. But here's the thing, Robert, again, the more and more this is talked about, the more and more entertainment factor it gives other people in their audience. And it's just stupid. And I'm keeping it professional because, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say anything that's going to be used against me. That's another thing. I'm handling this the mature way.
All right, so stay quiet right now, Eli. Stay quiet right now. Stay quiet. Don't interact right now. Just stay quiet. I'm gonna ask this gentleman here a couple questions. Eli, just stay quiet here. So we have
Robert.
is he up there? All right, so we have We have Twiggy up here, Twiggy 22. And here's what I
How you
will
doing,
say.
Robert?
How you doing? I appreciate you showing your face and following the rules. So go ahead and get up here.
Of course.
Now,
Yeah,
now,
I'm not one to
wait, wait,
go.
wait,
If you look, I don't
wait,
post.
wait.
Go
I'm
ahead.
not done. I'm not done. Wait.
Go ahead, Robert.
Now, Eli just said that he's not going to say anything to have anything used against him. So therefore, there is nothing that's going to be directed to him from
No,
you.
there
I
won't
want to
be.
be able. I want to be able to get your insight and information on the serving process, on what you can and what you cannot do. And if you think that
Okay.
video, that person crossed the line by overly banging on the door.
Okay. Let me say this. I am not going to address Eli, the situation about him being served and the way it was served, I'll address, but not him. I won't,
Right.
talk about that. I am in Southern California like you. I'm 2 hours from you. So, I mean, we could have lunch. I mean, that's how close I am to you. In the state of California, what I was trained on, what I was talked about, when I was told by the state, I've served dozens of people. I have gone to, let me say, homes, work, recreation, I mean, everything is open for serving if it has to be directed by the court. The court will tell you in the original serving paperwork as a server, the top sheet, it tells you you cannot serve at the employment, don't call them. They give you all the rules. Now, in the state of California, there is something called legal trespass. What that means is if you have a home, Robert, that has a gate that is closed. Now, I agree with you. There's the law of process of serving somebody, and then there's being smart. I served someone today who had a gated front yard and driveway with 2 huge dogs. Could I have legally, if the gate wasn't locked, could I have gone to the front door legally as a part of the process of the court? Yes, I could have, but I didn't because it's not smart. Like you said, I wouldn't do that. Going to someone's front door and knocking on their door, there is a difference between knocking with your knuckles and hitting with the side of your hand. There is a big difference. Knowing someone's home and avoiding service, it is up to the processor to determine whether or not they want to leave the paperwork, which they technically can't do unless the other person acknowledges that they're there. Or they can come back 3 or 4 times, whatever's directed by the court. Usually California is 3 times. And then you can do a substitute of service. If you've served, you know what that means. There are other ways to do it, but you are maybe misinformed, incorrect, whatever. A normal person can, your brother, my brother, Eli's brother, whoever, can serve somebody else if they're not a party to the suit as a one-off favor. If you're going to do it as a profession and make money at it, you have to be licensed. So you're right, anyone can serve. The server knowing that he was home gives him the discretion to knock or ring the doorbell or whatever until they determine the person isn't coming to the door. Now, when the video showed the person saying, well, Eli saying, I'm going to call the cops. Well, that's fine. A processor can call the cops also and say, please, I'm worried about this service. I want to make sure I'm safe. Can you watch over this? Or if the respondent, Eli in this case, went ahead and called the cops, the server can give the paperwork to the cops, or the cops can say, Mr. Mellis, you need to just receive this paperwork and we'll all be on our way. I mean, the cops can do it any of 2 ways, but the cops cannot say, you know what, Mr. Server, he doesn't want to come to the door, so you can't serve this, because that person is there on behalf of the court. It supersedes someone's uncomfortability to coming to answer the door or take the paperwork. And
let me ask you
that's
this
the difference. Sure, go ahead.
Let me ask you this, because during that video that Eli was in, I watched it several times. The doorbell was being rang with the banging on the door, but Eli said, can you leave it on the doorstep? The server said, no,
Okay.
I'll wait out here. But Eli said, can you leave it on the doorstep? So now the server leave it on the doorstep and leave. Eli said, I'm not coming back. When Eli came back to the door, to talk a little louder, the server said, I'm just a server, sir. Sir, I'm just going ahead to try to process this through. Eli then said, okay, open the door, received it, said thank you, and closed the door. But he also let that gentleman know to leave it at the door, and he refused to.
Okay.
After a request from the person on the property.
Okay. Well, let me say this. I've watched the video a lot. I've listened to it. Lo and behold, guess who served him? Because I'm licensed. Okay, so hold on. I was there. Eli was there. Okay, Eli was not, how do I say? He was not mean. He was not rude to me. Most people, look, I never deliver good news. I mean, that's just the fact of the business. I don't deliver good news. So people being upset doesn't bother me at all. I don't think that they're worse because of that. If I was on the other end, I'd probably think the same thing. I knocked on the door. He came to the door. If you watch the video, I'll go over it. It's fine. He came to the door and said, who are you? What do you want? And I said, Mr. Mellis, I have some legal paperwork I need to give you. I'm not taking it, is what he said. I don't want it. I'm not taking it. He never said, let me say this. He never said, to my acknowledgement, because I listened to the video and I was there, leave it at the door.
Okay,
I'll pull it up. He may have said it and I didn't hear it, but I didn't hear it. I didn't hear leave it at the door.
Now. Go
Robert, I have a question. Why is somebody from Southern California coming all the way to Northern California to serve someone? Be honest about that.
I'll answer it. I'll answer exactly. I have a fee for within a certain amount of distance of where my normal operations are. If someone wants to pay me to deliver paperwork to New York and they're paying for me to drive out there, I'm going to drive out there. It's a job to me. That's all it is. I'm a gig worker, Robert, just so you know. I've been doing gig. That's how I know you, Robert, is gig work. Okay. I'm not part of this group that he talks about. I'm not part of any of that stuff. I'm not. Okay. He never said, I'm going to leave it. He never said to me, leave it at the door. I am required, if I know they're there, to try to serve him. He said, I'm not taking it. And then he said to me, here's the thing. He didn't say to me, I'm not taking it, and he walks away. He then said to me, I'm going to call the cops, which he has a right to do. I wasn't. Now, if you saw the video, you see that I am 5 to 6 feet back from the door after every time I knocked or rang the doorbell. I was not up in the door. I didn't try to go around the backyard. I didn't do anything else. I stood at the door.
I'm no longer interested in this conversation, Robert. This is a waste of time.
Robert.
This is for entertainment. This guy is being paid to help them create content.
Eli,
I'm gonna leave this conversation.
Eli, hold on. You asked a question, Eli. You asked a question. You cannot leave if you ask a question.
I understand that.
No, but that's why I told you just to sit quiet, though. Wait. So, I have the video here. Let me finish my. Can I finish my statement? No. Wait. I want to get to the part to where I want to get to the part to where Eli tells you to leave it at the door so that you can hear him tell you that. All right. Now this is your video. This is your video from your body cam, correct?
No, that was my iPhone because I forgot my body cam on the drive up. My body cam's at home.
All right. So this video came from your iPhone, correct?
Correct. Yes, it did.
All right. So I have permission to show your video on my channel of you serving Eli because it's your video, correct?
If you're going to watch the YouTube, correct? Hold on. If you're going to watch the YouTube video, it's not my video anymore. It's YouTube. So you can do whatever you want with it. Technically.
All right. Well, this is recorded here so that we do know it's you. All right.
Of course.
Robert, I'm gonna step away. Can I just step away for a second, Robert? Please. I'll listen on my phone, okay? Okay, I'll be back.
I don't know if I'll hear it through the two phones, but okay.
No, I'll put it up there. Hold on.
I mean, I was there, so I know.
I don't know who he is.
I didn't see the stream.
I have some papers for you, Mr. Mellis.
I need you to open the door. No, I'm sorry, but I have legal papers for you. You don't have a choice. I know you're home. I have proof of service. Right. You don't have a choice. I'll stay here until you open the door, Mr. Miller.
He just said right there, leave him at the door. Thank you. He said it just that fast.
And
he
I said,
I heard it.
And I said, I need to hand you these papers, Mr. Mellis. And then he
yeah, but no, but
you
just said that. You just said that if they request, no. You just said that if they request you to leave it at the door, you will do that. He asked you to do that, which means that you did not reply to his request, man. That's hating, man. Let's
Robert, I'm not
listen.
Can I finish? Okay. I'm not required to do any of that. Give you the papers themselves. Go ahead. I'll wait right here. Thank you. At that point, Robert, you have to understand what. I don't know if you're going to let me talk or not.
No. The only thing that I was playing right there is he said it there. The only thing that I want you to hear that is that from your own words, you said that, and you said this first. If they tell you to leave it at the door, you said someone on the property tells you, wait, to leave it at the door. He said, leave it at the door and I will get it. You refused to do that. So you were under the stuff from Tammy and JJ Ram. You were not going to accept that.
Robert,
you were not going to accept that.
Can I respond?
Well, how you going to respond to you not doing the request that he told you to do that you said yourself that's what you do?
Are you going to let me respond?
Well, what lie are you going to make up? What lie? Go ahead.
I'm not going to make anything up. You have the video right there.
The video said leave it at the door and you said no.
Can I finish, please? Okay. If you're not going to let me talk, Robert, then I'm not going to answer. I don't know what you want me to say.
Yeah, but you did talk. That video there, you came up and said something, and what you said was a contradiction over what happened when you were there.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't going to drop him at the floor. That's what I just said to you. I'm not doing it because I had to serve him. I'm not going to, for a client who hires me or a court, for example, I'll give you a perfect example. I had a client.
Sorry, you got caught in a lie and you tried to make over it. This is Hot Facts with Robert Reese. Eli told you to leave it at the door. You specifically said if they request you to leave it at the door, you can do that. You just said you did not want to. So you did not follow your own rules that you said you are to do. So therefore, you were harassing him for the video for J-Ram and Tammy. End of discussion. That's all I want to prove. And that's it.
Robert,
why I brought you up.
Can I say something?
You talk.
Can I say something real quick? And I say this in a professional manner. Okay. First of all, I am not upset. I'm not overreacting. I have dealt with so many things out here on YouTube, and this is actually so extremely ridiculous that any judge that sees this, and I will definitely download this stream here, Robert. I mean, just think about how surreal this whole thing sounds. If you're going to legitimately sue somebody, you're going to be professional and you're going to keep your mouth shut and you're not going to make content about it to bully and harass the person you're suing each and every day until the case, right? I mean, this is clearly for content and this is clearly bullying and harassment, and it's been proven. I mean, look, I'm not going to flip out. I'm not upset. I don't know if people are trying to get a reaction from me or get me to do something stupid. I'm not. I'm going to keep my cool. I'm going to stay cool, calm, and collected. And that's all. I mean, Robert, honestly, I didn't want to talk about this because I'm trying to be professional and handle this professionally behind the scenes. That's my stance on it.
Right.
I respect you and how you...
Well, look, Red Bull Jack, you got to understand this. This gentleman was the server. He said it out of his own mouth. I could leave it at the doorstep. Don't come at me or come at Eli about what came out of his mouth. You got to go at him for saying that, not us. Not us. You got to go at him for saying that. That's what it is. And also why I brought him up And in case J Rom is watching this, that's why I asked them, did you use your body cam? Oh, no, I left that at home. That's from my iPhone. So this came from your iPhone. Yes. If it came from iPhone, it's your video. Yes. Well, I have permission to play this right now on my show. Yes. But if you're going to put it on YouTube, it's not mine anymore. Yes, it is. You just agreed to the video. That's you there. It is your video that you gave to somebody else, but you just gave me permission to use it on my show. J Ram, I have this on videotape. So therefore, that was my permission. I asked it publicly and I was granted, and I was actually able to put that up there. You, my friend Twiggy, lied and got caught. We're going to end this show right now on that point on a high note. You came up here to try to prove something wrong. You were proven wrong from your own words. Those are the hot facts, the truth behind what you stand for. You stood up for what you said before I countered you, and then you had to run away. Those were not the truth. That was not the truth, and those were not the hot facts. Well, they were the hot facts. It's just the facts that you did not go with your hot facts, and it made you look a little dumb. So therefore, I kicked you off the stage because that's all I want to hear. That was for clicks and views and for them. You should not have said, I can leave it at the door. If you would have never said that, you would not be in this problem right now. You put your own foot in your own mouth. Now, Eli, let's give him these final words. I'm going to do the final words first. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just real quick, I'm sorry. Here's the thing. You're a business professional. As a process server or whatever it is that you do, you are a business professional. And if you're going to lack professional courtesy and push boundaries to give someone content to bully and harass me on YouTube, you're a part of the bullying and harassment. And so you got to take into consideration your license to do this and all of that before you do something like this, regardless of how much you were paid or whatever the intention was. This is not a professional way of handling this, and I will deal with this behind the scenes myself. Okay. In the meantime, the more and more people want to talk about this and create content to bully and harass me, it's just going to fill up my evidence, and that's it. It's like, you folks have your fun, and you're having your fun. That's cool. I'm not upset. I'm not bothered by it. I just think it's the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And I'm sure people that have half a pea brain feel the same way. Sorry, Robert. I just wanted to get that in there. Thank you.
Oh, no, you're all right. Oh, and then I would like to say this. Eli was up here with Mondo twice. Mondo refused to click, but he wanted to stay in there in the comment section. But Eli was up here with a gentleman like that. Right now, Twiggy is a known person that they use over there on J-Ram and Tammy's thing. You guys say that Eli will never face us and get up there. Eli was up here. He heard what you said. He asked a question, and he's still here on the stream because it's our show. Eli is not going to leave our show. You know, I just had to let him know, Eli, you asked a question. Eli understood, and then Eli figured out what the hell I was doing. He said, okay, Robert's about to go ahead and get into him. So when Eli saw that I was about to go ahead and get into him, he absolutely saw what was going on there. And people, someone else clicked on to speak to Eli. Someone else from the other side actually showed their face. People, it's very easy to do. And he said, I'm not going to talk about Eli. I'm only going to speak about the serving process. He followed that all the way through. It only changed when Eli asked a question. So he did follow his own rules there. He didn't come in here and start bashing Eli. He showed his face, and he went off of the topic of how you were supposed to serve. I give him respect for that, but I got to take away his credibility because he trashed himself instantly, because he said he can leave it at the door, and you can clearly hear Eli saying, leave it at the door, and he said, I did not want to. So he shot himself in the foot there. All I'm going to say is this. People, don't join in to hate on other people because it seems cool. This show here, this podcast, is all about interesting conversations and topics that we will be going over. And I've had you guys engage in the topics here and all that other stuff. The minute something comes out about Eli, you guys jump for joy. But as you see, when you still get up here, you still can't get up here and try all that trash and stuff. You got to do it in the right way. Quit joining up to trash people. If you want to start your own show, start it yourself, build your own following up, and everything else like that. Make sure you watch the boardroom. The very next episode that I'm going to drop is going to be featuring Coach Eli and Coach J Ram. Battle of the coaches, a positive coach versus a trash coach, a positive channel versus a trash channel. We're going to look at the D- grade and how many views J Ram purchases, and you will get the comparison on views and numbers from Hot Facts broken down on the boardroom. And people, if you want to see what Eli previously does, check his episode out with Real Talk with Roy. Coach J Ram, you're on the chopping block of the boardroom. Okay. So just remember, the information that I'm putting out is the same information that you put out, but you did a terrible job. So you use Social Blade. I'm going to show you how to really use Social Blade. So you're on the chopping block, Coach J Ram. And like when Tammy said, no, he did not agree to be on there. It's not a show like in person. It's an actual boardroom analysis. So yes, I can, fool. So yes, I can, and I can do that. People, that was my Tammy impersonation. So sorry. The only way they can impersonate me is if they stutter, and that's it. Or because first of all, they cannot they cannot come and get at me like that. Coach J Ram helped me lose 20 pounds. He's a hero. I've helped people lose over 100 pounds. I've worked with the biggest loser, man. You got to understand that too. Thousands of pounds I've dropped off of people. But that's one thing there. Coach J Ram, look for your episode. Now, Eli, last words are on you.
Let me ask something real quick for the last words, Robert. If you are a judge in a civil court of law, and you saw all this information, happening in the way it happened, how would you handle it? How would you see it as a judge?
Well, first of all, I would put a cease and desist on the people that are going at you. I would do a restraining order that will have them stop harassing you online through social media, through email, and everything else like that. So we can get on to the real problem, the trademark, copyrights, and who owns what. I will put all that stuff in play first, so we can just get straight down to the trademark, because that's the only thing that needs to be spoken about. I would show all this stuff for proof of harassment and everything else, so that they cannot contact you or do anything else on social media, email, phone calls, or anything. I would get that set up as a judge, so we can now go ahead and take care of business, so that there is no sloppiness going on.
Okay. I appreciate your response, Robert. Thank you for that. And by the way, your wife, mentioned something earlier. She was saying, give me a second here. She said in the chat, I think she was saying somewhere, thank you for being a class act, Eli. I appreciate that, Amelia. I've made mistakes in the past, and I've lost my shit on YouTube in the past, and I learned from all that. But at the end of the day, this is the person I've always been. I've just learned to better deal with these types of people. These types of things have been happening to me by many various other people over the last 6 years. I've learned to handle them better. And that's why I'm in this position, that I am in right now, to handle it the way I'm handling it. So, this is basically all just a waste of time. This is all frivolous. Quite frankly, I really don't think anything here holds water. And if people still want to pursue something that doesn't hold water, then, we'll see what happens when the time is right. But that's that. But anyway, Robert,
right.
you want? Are we doing final thoughts, or?
Yeah. Well. Before we do final thoughts, I know I want to honor your request, because how great our show is going right now. It's actually moving in a positive direction. We're getting the views and everything else. I hope you guys love this shirt that he's wearing. Do you want to do the next episode? Do you want to do Thursday, or what day do you want to do next? Because I know you said you want to do 2 days a week now. So what's the next day you want to do?
Either Thursday or Friday, Robert. Probably more closer to Friday. Let me reach out to you after the show. I'll get back to you later tonight. We can set it up.
Well, let's tentatively put it in for Friday at 10 a.m. And if it moves to Thursday,
Okay.
we'll just bump it. We'll just bump it to Thursday. You know what I mean? So I'll go ahead and get that created. I've already have a few topics already here. I work ahead of time, people. I work ahead of time. So we'll go ahead and get that in, people. Tentatively set Friday, 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Fill in the blanks on Central and Mountain Time. Alaska, you guys are 1 hour before us. So people, fill in your times. YouTube will have it set there so it can be. Make sure you guys head over to Rumble and follow me so I can stream it over on Rumble also at the exact same time. All right. So now, let's go ahead and end this.
Yeah. Do you want me to go first, Robert? With final thoughts?
With the fight, I'll go first. I'll
go ahead.
I'll say them again.
Go ahead, Robert.
People, don't stop joining up to trash people because someone is doing something that you are not doing. It's much better in life to appreciate and accept the differences that we have. The more you accept, the more you can pull into yourself and learn from. Everyone's not perfect out there. Everyone's not the worst person out there. We all fall in between somehow. Hopefully with this show, you can see how we're bridging the gap there. And you guys just make sure that you're being kind to each other and respect everyone. Hold up, it says so Robert's wife is what? What's going on here? I don't know what that is. Be kind to each other, do what you got to do, and stop hating. It's on you, Eli.
Yeah, Robert, another great show, and thank you so much for having me. Great topics. They were very, very, you're welcome. They were very loaded, which is the way I like to give them and take them as well. So I just want to comment on one more thing here again, because the only reason why I even briefly talked about it here today is because you mentioned it. You also brought on the process server. It's ironic to me. It's just weird to me. Maybe not weird, but you hire a process server from Southern California to serve in Northern California, and then they're out here on YouTube, and then they come on a panel with Hot Facts with Robert Reese and I, while we're more than likely being rebroadcasted. I mean, do you see how that comes off? And with all the evidence and me explaining this to a judge, what do you think they're going to think? They're going to think there's some type of manipulation there or some type of setup to just make content and belittle someone and bully and harass them. This is clearly, listen, I'm not coming out here crying and playing the role of the victim, but I am a victim. I am a victim, but I'm not out here crying. I'm handling this maturely and respectfully because I identify exactly what's going on. Okay. The normal way to serve someone is to find a process server in their area. You serve them, they sign it off, and then they're gone. They don't take a video, which then gets blasted all over YouTube, right? By the people that are serving you and other people they're associated with. This is the most surreal thing I've seen. And again, if a case like this even ends up going through, I'm just gonna look and see what in the world, how in the world is the judge gonna see this? Like, I've never seen anything like this. Never seen anything like this. So, yeah, it is what it is. Another day, another great show, Robert. And that's that. But yeah, wow, Robert. Like, if you haven't seen it all yet, Robert, now you have, huh?
Oh yeah, it is there. Let's go ahead and get on out of here, Eli. Let's go ahead and get on out. We gave them a little bit too much. This was a great show though, people. I'm gonna go ahead and people. We out of here like Chuck Woolery in 2 and 2. Hit him, Eli.
And with that being said, have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other. See you, Robert. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.